A while ago, I scheduled to do some streams for my album tours that happen on Tuesdays, but circumstance made me miss 2 different Tuesdays. So this is day one of the catch-up stream. I put a vote out for the 4 missing albums, of which I should be listening to first. So we're going to knock out at least one, hopefully two. But the winner for tonight was Squid, Oh Monolith. I was supposed to react to this a while ago. I just never got to it. I've heard, I believe, one Squid song, and I was super juiced about it. And I was like, yes, put an album in the hopper. I talked to the friend, the homie, the moderator, the incidentally also the YouTube editor, Crimson Raider. I was like, dude, do you know Squid? And he was like, if you start with Squid, I think it would benefit you as a listener to start with O Monolith. Thus, here we are. So I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button because it does go a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, or join us on Twitch because these people over here are actually the most wonderful people. Come hang out with us. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time, and I'm now throwing in Sunday streams to that mix. So come hang out. I'd love to get to meet you. Guys, without further ado, here we go. Oh Monolith by Squid, starting out with Swingin' a Dream. Here we go. By the way, do you know this album? Have you heard it? Please and thank you. Let me know. Here we go. Immediately with this kind of synthy 8-bit sound. Ooh. Whoa. This is like post rock, right? That's what we call this. Is that what their genre would be? Post-punk. I love the bombastics of the 8-bitty ambient noises here. The phrasings on their chords. This is one thing that's very interesting to me, specifically about like indie, maybe no, not indie, but like Midwest emo for sure, math rock for sure, and certainly this like post rock, post punk kind of thing. They have these like bombastic noises, but the guitar chord phrasings are so unique. It's like they only play like 3 of the 6 strings, right? And they're like the middle, I don't know. It's a really weird way. Listen, for guitar people, listen. Love you, Scoots. Have a good night, brother. I really love this sound, dude. The drummer's a singer? This really does, like, honestly, Death Cab for Cutie, their album Transatlanticism, for sure, gives me this vibe, but it almost feels like that album walked so that this one could run. You know what I mean? There is like, specifically speaking, the song We Looked Like Giants. That's the one that really screams out to me when I hear stuff like this. And I feel like there has to be some of the, like the old indie rock that inspired some of this like post-punk stuff. Like this tone, the phrasing on that tone is very, very, very unique. To live inside the frame, forget everything. It's like there's so much headroom for the clean tone that like it's hard to kind of fuzz it up, but you hear some. And yeah, there is a cowbell. Swing inside a dream, and all the to me screaming. This bass line is so sexy, but all of these like synthy accents are also so nice. What's up, Water?
Come back to float away. A few more inches of rain.
Big imagery here.
I worry in my sleep.
Did you hear that? Ring ding when he went sleep.
I worry in my sleep. Rococo's don't leave me to live inside the frame. Forget everything. Swing inside a dream, and all they'll do is scream. To live inside the frame. Forget everything. Swing inside a dream.
It feels like he's playing octave chords starting with the A string. You know what I mean? You've got this bing, 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 bing. And it's like, when I say octave chords, though, it's like, it's just two notes that are the same note. I think that's what's happening, but sometimes I feel like I hear like a droning note, right? So like sometimes it feels like they're letting just one extra string ring through, and that's where you're getting that bing.
And all they'll do is scream to live inside the frame.
Do you hear that?
Swing inside a dream, and all they'll do is scream. Live inside the frame. Forget everything. Swing inside a dream.
But do you hear the droning? There's one string. It's definitely octaves as the strong, like that's what's punching through the most. But there is one open string that's just droning the whole time. And as they're moving it up, that string is the same note, but the octaves are different. That's an interesting one. And then he did the reverse there at the end. The tremolo pick.
Straight lines that float away. Bye-bye, we're waking up. Straight lines that float away. Bye-bye.
The drummer's got such a cool energy with his cap. The bass tones are massive. But it's got such a clean tone being fuzzed up. It's a very trebly bass. Banger, dude. Banger. You know, and honestly, like I didn't even think to like kind of go through too much more of the lyricism besides the fact that they're like very, very, very steeped in imagery here. You know, come back to float away. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like singing about like an inside out, like the swing is a back and forth relationship is almost what it kind of feels like. And like you've come back just to drift away again, is, you know, and like that concept of worry in your sleep. I really, I mean, to live inside the frame and forget everything, a swing inside a dream. Whoa. What is your take on the lyrics here for those of you that have heard it? Or those of you who haven't? Some very discordant, clean stuff. This one kind of has a Isaac vibe. And that whispery. The difference there is like when Isaac from BCNR would sing, he would be very into the microphone, and you would hear all of his articulations. You know, like you would hear him make the, depth. Like you just hear the way he articulates, whereas this gentleman has this kind of more like this kind of a thing, but they both approach it very similarly.
Do you know what you've done? No, I haven't a clue.
Sky of Light, I'm pretty sure when I watched that, I was still the Waltered Beast. So take it with a grain of salt, however I might act.
You did if you float, and you did if you sink. Do you know what you've done? No, I haven't a clue. All those fears and beliefs, they'll do funny things.
Wow. All those fears and beliefs, they'll do funny things to you. That is so articulate. Is this a flute?
Pour in the water into the
And a sax? Or a clarinet?
vinegar tongue, and all his friends will drink for free. Am I a fool tempting you?
Did any of you see that coming? Did any of you see that coming?
Am I a fool
I'm ready for it now.
tempting you?
Now it reminds me of Detroit, Michigan, but it didn't before. What's up, man? The transitions, just different scenes. Do you know what you've done? No, I haven't a clue. Ugh. This is a very different dynamic than what was before, and that's really hit me. Fears it, like the whole approach to that. They'll do funny things to you. Do you know that just the way he does this? Hey, you too, handsome. That one made it. That one made it for sure. I like this slower vibe. It goes, that last song really did just bounce all over the sonic soundscape. you really had so many different directions. And I think that's why like these post bands have been so interesting to me, because there's just not an element of real predictability, like you start off with what you think is going to be a consistent vibe throughout the song, and then it ends up not being close to a consistent vibe throughout the song. And it's like each different transition serves as almost like a new scene. um and again, there's just something really interesting about that. I can't get past how different their chord phrasings are. It's more with this band than really perhaps any of the other post bands. Like the way that they play their chords, they've certainly got like, they didn't scoop their mids. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that they punch in really well. It sounds like they're playing like math rock chords, but they've kind of forgone the clean tones for this, like somewhere in between like a boost pedal and a fuzz pedal, but not quite either of them. I don't know what to put it. What's up, Fitz Sully? Happy to have you by. Yeah. This is 100% what I'm kind of talking about. This is, yeah. When I said that I was hearing like 3 notes, an octave is 2 notes, right? And that octave is 1 and 2, right? They're muting the top strings and they're letting stuff drum. I think that's what they're doing. Yeah. Wait, no, is that a root? Either which way, right? They're not conventional. And they're punching really, really, really through. Very nice. I love that.
I log on to the website where a 2D friend surrounds the building I'm in now. As do you see the bodies that run around like crosses in the wind?
These swell sounds with this like sustain. I think it's obviously a vocoded scenario. Those harmonies on the background vocals. I love this whole spacey vibe. I had such a good time kind of walking through that. That whole moment, the background vocals, all of those layers which punch in completely clean to where you can pick them apart without them getting muddled up. But there's also this chaotic kind of organized mess, right? And I guess that's the best way I would describe this. Everything it's a chaotic mess where everything is seen. You know, like I can like I frequently listen when I'm like listening like this. I'm always trying to pick out the things that stand out, and to me, really, it's kind of the mix. Like all of them are doing just vastly kind of unique things. Like and it's maybe the way that they blend all of these individual elements that really has me kind of captivated with what it is I'm listening to. Like that now, and don't get me wrong, there's a fine line. Like I think sometimes, like when I listen to Black Midi, for example, sometimes it gets a little bit in only some songs where you get fatigued from some listening. And I find that post punk and post rock certainly, in my opinion, can have a tendency to induce audio fatigue on listeners. Um, when you hear this, though, in a genre that I kind of go into now, expecting to have a few moments of audio fatigue, um, I, I found none here. And that's really cool to me. The way that they mix it is amazing. The way that the layering goes through, to where you hear these phrasings on the guitar, you hear this bombastic, all over the place synth work. I mean, it's like they're using every shape of the synth. Um, I'm really impressed. I am really impressed. And then the vocoded take on this, vocoders can become audio fatigue super easy unless you're Daft Punk, in which case it doesn't. They're the best ones at it. But this has been a very good take, and I think a lot of it is because you have the clean background vocals doing the harmonies on the oohs and ahs that just. This is giving me an Edgar Winter Group vibe, but maybe it's just because I just listened to Frankenstein. The way they're letting this feedback and decay happen, just kind of a mess of sound. Okay. If that was not a juxtaposition, I don't know what was. That is exactly what we call a juxtaposition of sound. I want to make this a rap sample. I love it. On this intro alone.
Put your thumb and fingers around my neck, the wooden knob on a cabinet. Pull me open and see.
Really discordant, clean tone leads there in the background. I just said discordant clean tones. I just said discordant clean tones. That is weird to say. Like, you know, it's not clean clean tones. Don't make that noise.
Do you worry about what comes next? This new obliqueness that we'll deal with. Just pull me open and see what's inside. Economic for the rest of my days. I'd rather melt, 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 melt away. Economic for the rest of my days. I'd rather melt, 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 melt.
Ergonomic, as in you give in to what's rested upon you or what's sat upon you. Like you just mold to the form of somebody else. Wow.
Economic for the rest of my days. I'd rather melt, 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 melt away. Economic for the rest of my days. I'd rather melt, melt, melt.
Huh? Huh? And the sax with that? This drum beat and bass is some of the sexiest sounds. Huh? That like... What? Reminds me of it's a Talking Heads song. It's the opener on the album, I think. What is the song by Talking Heads that has that Born Under Punches? The solo in Born Under Punches. I just love that transition so much. And that really reminds me of Born Under Punches. I think this is the best song on the album, dude.
With every detail of the filmic grain. You're a cynic, just like me. Quick and easy, undergrowth, consume me.
Ah!
You never know I'm even there.
You hear these jangly, big, spacey reverbies, staccato picking, tremolo picking?
Never know I'm even
Are they plate reverbs? Hang on. It sounds to me like they're making notes down here below the fret to make that pinging noise. Like it sounds like it's in there. You know what I mean? Like above the top fret, because it's making it like almost like a scrapey over top of the pickup noise, you know? I don't quite know if that's what it is that they're doing, but there's definitely that sound. Like they're tremolo picking, not touching the fretboard. Or an octave pedal, maybe?
So many options to be disappointed. Beneath the things you don't think about in the undergrowth where
It's just such a jangly, discordant noise.
well, this isn't what I wanted.
The big band.
So many options to be disappointed. Beneath the things you don't think about in the undergrowth where I melt.
This is a mega vibe. I'm a big fan of that, dude. Their descending sounds are so nice. Feels like a lot of old psychedelia fell into this. Wow. I think what's so interesting about jazz and post genres, jazz specifically and post genres. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to click onto the screen. As a person that sees sound in like a literal context, I find that jazz specifically and post sounds, certainly bands like, I don't know, Cardiac's, you know, it looks different. I don't know another way to say it, but it looks different. And it's I think what has me so immediately captivated when it's genres like this. There are some songs that I hate that have a pleasant appearance. Others do not. And what's interesting is it's just like, I don't know another way to say it. You know how when you hear music before and you're like, I haven't heard music like this before? Imagine if you had that like with a color. I don't know. It's the best I can describe it. Oh. I'm totally there. I totally understand how you feel, Garrett. I think as a person who wears headphones like virtually every single time I do a reaction, like I have a really nice like I feel like they're not a bad set, right? But the every time I hear a little bit of a pop, I'm like, are they going down? An imaginative reaction to the climate of police brutality, which inspired the Kill the Bill protests in Bristol. The Blades utilizes the metaphor of grass clippers as police officers chopping down protesters as blades of grass to show the dehumanizing of protesters by law enforcement and media. The outro of the song follows a police officer becoming dissatisfied with his place in the system, but realizing if he leaves, a new pair of blades will simply take his place. Please, hey, thank you. Yes, Kino, thank you for understanding.
We spin the dive, the blades.
The sliding in this has me excited. Their use and mix of clean tones and fuzzy tones just really, like, it rings my bell. I just noticed something. My record button didn't press, so I'm starting the recording now. Aaron, I hope that you can get this off of Twitch. I hit record. Apparently the record button didn't go through. Just so you know, if I don't have these other 4 songs uploaded, I liked these 3. I'm gonna have to live with Devil's Den a little bit, but I'm gonna hop into The Blades, which I am told, potentially the best song in the album. So let's check it out. That sounded like a siren. Am I wrong? That bass sound, very fuzzy but very trebly, so it really does feel like it punches through.
We spin the dive, the blades can change your mind. We spin the dive, the blades keep you safe tonight.
His meter is also interesting. Like your broken bones. He makes like broken a 3-syllable word instead of a 2-syllable word. I've never listened to Sufjan. A lot of people tell me I should. And oh, your broken bones. And oh, you're just telling lies. And oh, you poor thing. You're just telling lies again. Huh. This high lead is really nice. Footer, thanks for the prime, homie. That really did have this kind of crazy, like, out of the, like, it almost sounded like a reverse reverb decay. I think. They have these like chord runs that are just really dissonant.
Cameras from up high, they make you all look great. Joyriding in the sky, the blades will make you pay. 1,000 people down below, they're bending in the wind.
I can't help but hear a siren. You know what I mean? It's like it really does have this kind of like storm siren sort of thing.
I'm stretched open wide, they're just blades of grass old enough to be trimmed. 1,000 people down below, they're bending in the wind, with their arms stretched open wide. They're just blades of grass old enough to be trimmed. 1,000 people down below, they're bending in the wind, with their arms stretched open wide. They're just blades of grass old enough to be trimmed, and they're bending in the wind, and they're bending in the wind, and they're bending in the wind, and they're begging to be trimmed. Back to bed.
It's certainly moments like this that bring me to like the Isaac-led BCNR albums. And it's again just that transition from this big thing that's discordant to this soft thing where you think you're gonna get a moment of like softness, and then what you end up with is like a discordant softness. So it's like resolve, but kind of, you know?
Another man's hand on the joystick instead of mine. He spins, he dives. Oh, what's the noise outside?
The reverb on his voice is so nice.
Hands of glass and action man playing God for a job. I spin, I dive, I whirl around asleep, trying.
It's definitely the way that they articulate their. Where is Squid from, by the way? I feel like it's got to be an English band, and I think it's the way. It's like it's gonna sound funny, but I feel like a lot of English artists right now are coming and are kind of editing their voice in similar ways to where you hear such crazy characteristics from their mouth, to where it's like you hear the like the depth. Like you it's just the articulate parts of what they say.
Won't they stop?
Ren does it too.
Back down. It's ever so expensive to run that around the city. Burns the blades
Ren is so nice.
Black smoke pissing in the street, avoiding all the people that you'd wish to meet some day.
It really does have like a deep sentimentality to it. But there's also this kind of madness and chaos. I don't know why. Again, I don't know where they're from. So I don't know if it's police brutality in general of the world or if it's like American, like specific police brutality. I'm not quite sure which to reference here. They're from Bristol. Okay. So yeah, in this context, again, that actually does kind of answer the thing I was saying earlier. Like a lot of people coming out of the UK are editing their vocals to where they have such articulate depth in their voice to where you hear the mouth articulations, and it's articulated a lot by reverb, because when it stops, it kind of, the reverb decays it out. But it's soft reverb decay. So like with the word, like, I'm looking for one he said. Hang on.
Avoiding all the people that you'd wish to meet some
day.
Some
It was the best song on the album too, Sky. I'm really sorry. I thought you were listening along. I'm sorry. Okay. So that actually was the best song so far on the album. I actually really, really liked that. But again, I think it took really, really, really heavy subject matter and it applied it to a really cool allegory. Hang on. I see a spider. Give me a moment. I'm not trying to kill you, friend. Come on, just let me. Come on, just okay? Just. Here you go, buddy. Okay, Spider's safe and outside where he can live a happy life. And this one is after the flash. Here we go. What's up, Off Label? Happy to see you. I just moved into this house. I don't want to burn it. Ooh. Is this a 6 count? 4, 5, 6. No, it's a 5 count. 4, 5. That's so weird. And yet, really ringing my bell. And a harp?
They stay hydrated and they tell me jokes, staring into the stars, all demonic faces. They laugh me out, they spit me out, just laugh me out.
Who's the background singer? fuzzy, punchy guitar sound here. And then you have this alternating guitar part where you have one going down, dun, 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 dun. And then you have this other one that's going upward. So it creates this really cool stretch of the song. Bum, 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 bum. That's low end. Very like omnipotent ethereal. I just want to actually pay attention to this question. How hard can it be to live a normal life? I think all of us ask ourselves that question because what's normal anyway, right? Like the only thing normal about all of us is that like we're living and we're hopefully trying to do our best. Apart from that, though, everybody's unique. Every single one of us is a leaf in the wind. Some people just happen to have a clear shot of where that leaf is going to land when it hits the ground. Literally the only difference. Yeah, it is normal to feel that way. That, I think, kind of sums it up. That's about the most normal part of life is like all of us wonder, how hard can it be to live a normal life? And again, in a nation where you're looking around at everybody else kind of doing the same thing but in different ways, you know, we're all ants marching at the end of the day. Some people just march to a beat of a different drum. You know, some people are very to the beat. Other people are very improvisational. 5/4 is the most difficult timing ever to deal with sometimes. It's amazing how... And then it came back? Maybe it is. This... What is that breakup that I'm hearing? It sounds like a synth that's peaking. Is that what it is? And then they end it with the birds? Consider the birds, guys. 2 songs. This has been a banger of an album. I feel like so many of these lead parts, though, come out of just practicing scales, you know? I really think it...
Where's the best place to sit if this all goes wrong? Maybe the middle, maybe the back. Well, what if I can't get out? Green light.
This is polyrhythmic, too.
Visibility decreasing, but not for me. I always see it, I always know it. My eyes shoot in a different place to where you stand.
You hear the do. There. It was just a really small part, but it's like it made such a presence in the midst of this. Again, the mixing and mastering. Wow. Right there.
I think I read this in a book when I was young, and it still sticks. It just sticks. The cracks of the door, where the sunlight hits my skin. Green light forevermore. Over your shoulder. The cracks of the door, where the sunlight hits my skin. Green light forevermore. Over your shoulder. All the symbols I just don't understand. A running man, a set of eyes, darting up and darting down. An exit and an entrance, but which one is which? Mouths move in slow motion. Through the cracks of the door, when the sunlight hits my skin, green light forevermore. I think I read that before. What do you want? Well, I want you. What do you want? Well, I want you. Through the cracks of the door, when the sunlight hits my skin, green light forevermore. I think I read that before. What do you?
It reminds me a little bit of Boom 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 by Black Midi, BM, however you want to call it. Like, honestly, mostly with the drums. I feel like the Black Midi drummer probably has a little bit more in the tank, but in fairness, this guy is singing too. So
What? Well, I want you. What do you want? Well, I want you. Through the cracks of the door, when the sunlight hits my skin, green light forevermore.
I think this is my favorite one on the album, though.
What do you want? Well, I want you. What do you want? Well, I want you.
Bro, what do you mean he has 2 tanks? Oh yeah, that like because he has more in the tank. He has 2 tanks. I see what you did there. But I do think that Green Light has been my favorite on the album so far.
It's all I do.
You actually might be right, Applebee's. This bass vibe, like, When bass is discordant, it's discordant. A discordant guitar and a discordant bass carry totally different weights. You know what I mean? Thought so. Okay, guys, this is gonna be the last one of the album, and I'm gonna be honest, this has felt like a really good score. You know, and it's interesting because it again is kind of a genre where I have found myself to occasionally have been from song to song like a little fatigued, depending on what happens. These guys are really good at not beating the horse dead. Not beating the dead horse. That's what I mean. While I don't really like that expression, I think it articulates what I'm trying to say, where I feel like they're pretty conscientious about not getting you to the point of audio fatigue. Now, maybe it's just I'm not getting audio fatigued because I'm kind of captivated by the transitioning and stuff. What percentage of your day do you have a harmonica in your pocket? Never in my pocket. Typically always in hand's reach. I've got a, you know, I've got harmonicas just around. So, you know, I be playing harmonica. I think that, by the way, if you want to be if you're a person with relative pitch, I don't have perfect pitch. I have relative pitch. But if you're a person with relative pitch, if you want to work on being able to make your pitch better, harmonicas are a great way to do that. So if you had seen the Bulls' swimming attempts, you would have stayed away. What's up, Gunpowder Troll? Welcome to the Rooskies, homie. I just want to hear that. Oh, it started the whole thing over, so it's not like. They really take the piano concept here.
Don't speak.
And then they really talk, don't speak.
Left feet.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I'm really vibing on this.
Under streams. Walk. Don't creep.
I feel like they found guitar tones I spent so much time trying to find in my clean tone. I'm definitely a clean tone stan.
Stand on.
You should hear my headroom.
Call from. Chairs.
There's some interesting swells here.
Shoot up. Look for flares. Swim in the chlorine. Swim in the chlorine.
Man, they go everywhere.
Dredging the water, filling the fences, a hole in the sink.
what Genesis are you referring to? Like Peter Gabriel or Phil Collins? I was gonna say I was not hearing Genesis there a bit. In fairness, I've only heard one album and a couple of Phil songs.
Living with others, one food and water, wait in the corner. Lie on the sawdust, stuck on some teeth, bite on the shell. Bite on the shell.
The bass sound. You have that bass, and then you have this like offbeat big, 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 big sound, and it creates a massive tension.
Undead, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, gutter, wired, forehead, undead, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, gutted, wired, forehead, undead, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down. Plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, gutted, wire, forehead, under, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, gutted, wire, forehead, under, plastic.
I think that we have a 9-4 and a 4-4 happening at the same time, and I think it's gonna meet itself up at 36. And like after 36 beats, I think we're gonna meet in the middle with a resolve and transition into something different. If I had to guess, I've been counting in my head. I think I'm right.
Down, gutted, wire, forehead, under, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, under, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, gutted, wire, forehead, under, plastic, wanted, snake food, bite down, gutted, wire.
This is awesome. Two seconds to go. Okay, so this album was actually tremendous. To me, again, as a person who's not very familiar with, or who's and becoming more familiar with, like the post-punk, post-rock genres, I think that this was probably my favorite. It's this one or Live at Bush Hall. Those are probably the two definitive albums of the genre for me right now. And honestly, I think that I would probably say Green Light ended up being my favorite song on the album. I think After the Flash was also tremendous. This album in general had a whole lot of good things to be said about it. And again, it was dynamic. It was certainly psychedelic. It felt like it paid homage to a lot of different artists that preceded it. And the artists that it felt like it paid homage to, like, they were from all over the place. There were times I kind of felt like I heard like Toy Dolls even, which is kind of nuts. But then there were other times I felt like I heard like Talking Heads influences. Other times I felt like I heard like the synth work specifically reminded me of the song Frankenstein by Edgar Winter Group in different parts of it. I felt like there was definitely like the second vocalist of Electric Six, I feel like has a voice reminiscent of this. Listen to the song Danger High Voltage to kind of see what I'm talking about. The higher pitched voice is specifically the one. Um, I really actually found that I liked this. It was very postmodern in its lyricism, which I suppose makes sense for a post punk, post rock kind of thing. I was a big fan of this. This was really, really, really good stuff. I don't know what's going on in the UK that's got people putting out works as bangery as they've been lately. But I hope, you know, that their situation over there gets better and that the music stays just as good. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.